Hey y'all, this is Stacy from the Craft Room Diaries. Thanks so much for joining me. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a simple way to create custom titles like this one by hiding contours, altering, and combining pre-designed images in Cricut Design Space. I'll also include a link that shows how to create background layers like this and using some multi-dimensional things with Photoshop. So let's get started. So I tend to like my titles to be less generic and more specific to what my layout is about. And most of the times I can't find exactly what I'm looking for. So this process allows me to have what I want without having to create it all from scratch, although I do that sometimes. But for the layout that I'm going to be working on, I wanted the title to be, "This is how we roll." With the toilet paper, of course, you know, for the times that we're in right now. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select images. And in this search bar, I'm going to search for titles or phrases that contain some or most of the phrases that I want in the title. So this is how, I'll start with that. This is how, since I want it to be this is how we roll. And a bunch of different things come up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select a few of them and put them on the canvas. Sometimes there's more than one. I like this font and this one's possible. So I'm going to put those on my canvas. I'll make them a little bit smaller real quick so that they're not in the way. And then I'm going to go back and do the same thing, looking for we and roll. So I'm going to look for something that maybe has a similar font to what I've already chosen. This one has the word we in it. That looks like it could work. This one could also work. So I'm going to put those on the canvas as well. Make them a little smaller so they're not in the way. And go back and search for the word roll. So let's see what's available with roll. And there's a couple of different things. I kind of got the idea of using the toilet paper as the O in roll. Here's roll. Let me go back. Sometimes there's a lot of them. Sometimes there's only a few. I like this one because it's got separate letters, so I'm gonna put that one on there. And of course, that's probably the one that I would use. So let me delete this school bus. Definitely not using that. So, and I definitely I do want to roll a toilet paper on this title, so I'm gonna find that the same way. In the search bar, I'm gonna look for toilet paper, which is kind of popular right now. And I like the way a couple of these look, but I like this colored one here. And this one would be cute as an O as well. So I'm going to put all of those on. Now that I've got all these elements to work with, I'm going to begin eliminating the parts that I don't need, starting with, let's see, I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to eliminate this because we're not going to use that. Let me move this over. I'm going to eliminate this one. This font probably in we would have worked with the with this one, but I'm going to eliminate that. Eliminate the things that I'm not using. And I like the colored toilet paper, although this O would have worked out. This would have worked out really well as the O as well. Just adjusting it a little bit in the scheme of it. But I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. So we're going to start by working with the this is how. So what I want to do is I want to eliminate the parts that I'm not going to be using. So I'm not going to be using the camper and I and roll here. Although I could have separated this and just used it all in the same font. But I like the different color, and I like just the way it came out with using this roll. So I'm going to start with contour here, and I'm going to eliminate the camper and all of the parts of the camper. by selecting it in this way. There's one piece left. I see that's black. Okay. So now that that's done, I've got this is how I'm going to go back and do the same thing. I just check it sometimes just to see. But I'm going to eliminate the eye like this and the center of the eye. And I'm going to eliminate the word roll and the pieces, the cutout pieces as well. So now we should have this is how. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing to isolate the word we. Okay, now if you've got an image like this that has two different colors or multi-layers or anything of that nature, contour is not going to be available. What you will need to do is bring your image down to just one one part. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to get rid of this little flowery looking thing just by hiding it. Okay, so now that I've done that, contour is available, and I can get rid of the word did and it and the exclamation mark. So I'm just going to click on all of these parts to hide them. All right, so now we have the word we, which is a little bit smaller than the other fonts, but I can change that to make it a little closer to what I was working with on the this is how. Okay, get this, move my toilet paper over. So now we're going to isolate the word roll. Okay, so same process. It is all one color, so contour, and it is all one layer. So contour is available. So I'm going to choose contour, and I'm going to eliminate those parts. This one was a little weird because the way it hid things was kind of strange. It was fishy. Just a little fishy. That R's still there. Let's try it again. I don't know why. So since I am having issues with this, and I've had issues with it before, there is another simple way to eliminate that R, which for some reason, sometimes it's in the image. I have some issues, but we can slice that off just because I don't want to feel like continuing to try to eliminate them. So in order to slice, a simple process for slicing is I'm just going to take this square, put a square right there, and I am going to shift and hold to group these together, and then I'm going to select slice, and I'm just going to delete those parts. I also want to go back and eliminate this O in roll because I'm going to be using the toilet paper as the O. So I'm going to go back to contour and okay. So now we've got, this is how we roll. So I'm going to move this over here. Okay. And obviously the toilet paper, I want to turn this. So I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees. So now it's up and down, and I'm going to make it a little smaller, and I'm probably going to change the dimension of it a little bit just so that it fits a little better in here. Let me send that to the front or send that to the back, either way. It probably needs to be a little bit smaller. But of course, it's just however you want it. And there you have it. There's multiple options too. Once you have your title created, you can cut each piece individually, or you can add a white background layer to flatten the entire image to print then cut, and even add additional layers for dimension. If you'd like to see how I create background layers using simple steps in Photoshop, the video is going to be linked below. And my next video will also show options for flattening images and creating multi-layer dimensional titles using the same graphic. So be on the lookout for my upcoming video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're a new visitor to my new channel, please consider subscribing, as I'm going to be adding many more. I hope you visit again soon. Thanks a bunch.